Chainlink price update for Monday, October 6th, 2025. We are currently just shy of $23, up a bit on the day. Bitcoin dominance still high, so altcoins still taking a relative backseat. We're going to need that dominance down lower, which unfortunately I think that's probably going to creep a little higher through October. And we're going to see some altcoins start to make bigger moves maybe towards the end of the month, starting out November, as that dominance starts to fade after Bitcoin gets back to new all-time highs and then some. So Chainlink's in that narrative, and looking at the macro, the monthly, we're doing what we need to do. We've closed for the first time this cycle. Last month, we closed our second consecutive month outside the upper Gaussian channel here, right? And now we're working on potentially closing our cycle high monthly candle in October. I would give that more odds than not of happening. So to do that, we need to close October north of 2517, which is where we closed there. I think that's pretty high odds. We're in a macro uptrend. We're late in the cycle where altcoins tend to start doing well. And for the macro to, have that potential showing in the charts is great. But now let's try to confirm that on the shorter time frames. So the weekly still looks picture perfect here. And I would argue we're in a more bullish perspective than we have been all cycle, based on really this move here, right? Almost a textbook bull flag above the weekly Gaussian channel, holding support at the uppermost part of the channel. And this next move, likely going to the end of the cycle, should take us, pretty high up, to infinity and beyond, maybe. We will see how this plays out, but as long as we don't start to invalidate this by closing, under these highs, under $20, $19, if we can avoid doing that, then this should play out. And we looked at our forecast off of this in our last video, so I'll save us from repeating too much. But you can see our low wick matching our high wick here. We shouldn't really be going any lower here, or this starts to unravel. So on the weekly, we're matching our W pattern here, right? The mirror image on the right. We should start to lift back up again. So if we're going to do that and close back to these highs, right, 30 should come sometime in the next several weeks. Now, I'm not, based on where I started this video, Bitcoin dominance likely going up. It could take us a few more weeks of kind of up and down trying to find our footing, but the signs are there, right? You've got to have your recipe in order for that to turn out, and we've got it. So Chainlink looking especially good on the setup. Whether or not that plays out, we don't know yet, but it's doing what it needs to do. It's getting ready and being at the start line for alt season. We just don't know if the guns are going to go off for alt season or when it's going to go off, right? So the plans are laid. Link has got all the potential in the world here, right? And the charts back it up. Not all coins are looking this great. Many are not. Many are down from March 2024 highs. Many are down from even the start of the 2023 cycle. Link is not. Link is in the good boat. All right, so on the weekly, everything looks great. We closed again above the Gaussian channel after briefly going in there, right? Last couple of weeks, we've held above the upper line. It's very bullish. All right, so our next move higher, right? If we're looking at just a Fibonacci from our swing lows here, our 1618 is usually a good place to start. That's at $61. Now, if we zoom out here, right, that would overtake our May 2021 highs. Our bull flag target is just shy of that. It's 45 to 50 from this flag target play out. So maybe we start to at least take some profits. You should be in some profits up in this area. At least do yourself a favor and don't ride this all the way down again. Maybe you're not going to make astronomical sums, but depending on the timing, right, we'll do our best to update those kind of price targets as we see fit. But this is just a weekend close update to kind of let you know that everything closed good on the macro. Monthly and weekly looks picture perfect. Now let's go to the daily and see the good, bad, and the ugly. All right, this is where we're kind of on the fence here. Right, if the bulls are going to show up, it's time. We've breached the median Gaussian channel and loosely held that as resistance. Right, we got to stop doing that. So we're trying to fight back this week, and especially early on in this week, get today's to close back to bullish candle. We had one. We've only had really one bullish close here since mid-September. Right, it's been 3 weeks. We've had one fluorescent green candle on the Gaussian channel, flip level. So let's shake that off and change it and start to close the median Gaussian channel as support versus resistance. That would be really all we need to do today, this week. So that median line, let's get an exact number so you can watch for the next several days. It's 2254. So if we close above there, we can start to turn these neon candles back, right? Bullish by definition. We're bearish by definition still, but we're working on that as we speak. All right. On balance volume on the day. Those things can skew. So we're still looking okay here. We got to drag this up. We're kind of confirming the trend, so nothing really to write home about. You just don't want to see that like lower lows. Nothing dangerous there. Everything else still looks really okay. If we check Bollinger Bands, kind of still narrowing. We're trying to break out of this tunnel. The upper Bollinger Band's at 24.39. That would be our minimum expectations to kind of break through. If we start to pivot this, you can see our swing low wicks, kind of swing highs. Here's our I guess our battle for this week would be not continuing to confirm this as a resistance zone. Let's break back above it and hold it back to support. Okay, so that's around $23. If we can do that, then we could see some bigger moves ahead in the not so distant future. But we've got to keep in mind that dominance is likely going to go higher if Bitcoin's going to go higher, and the likelihood of Bitcoin going higher is pretty good. Bitcoin breaking into new all-time highs over the weekend, closing an all-time high candle. That's great for trend confirmation and for altcoins, but not so great that Bitcoin might take back over control here for a few weeks. So that's my 2 cents on that. If you want more help and you want more daily updates from Bitcoin from a cycle perspective, you want indicator help, you want just more one-on-one personable stuff, consider subscribing through Patreon. That's linked below. And we do daily updates in there. A lot of extras and more educational content. All right, that's what I got for you for a link for today. Any questions, let me know below. We'll see you on the next update. Quote of the day: every story I create creates me. I write to create myself. How special. All right, car of the day. This is a little bit more special. How about a 2004 911 race car? I'd like to take that around the block. Looks pretty great. 375K, little steep, probably not street legal, but you can do anything once. All right, I'll see you on the next one.